Hey guys, welcome back. As I said, let me share with you conceptually a little bit about what you can do to be able to, first of all, the first benchmark we want to set if you qualify to work with us here is the $10,000 a month plus from working from a laptop anywhere in the world. For most people, that will give them a sense of freedom. Many others, you'd say you'd like to make a lot more than that, but if you're going to progress, like I've seen many of my clients progress from there to 100,000 plus a month incomes, the ultimate, people making up to $1 million or more per month, but you got to crawl before you can walk. So the people who are doing 100,000 a month plus from e-commerce or laptop lifestyle started making initially a few $1,000s a month. So this initial program of consulting that you'll go through is to help you do that. But let me show you a little bit on the concept. This is what I've been teaching for 2 decades now. Those of you following the financial blueprint is most of us will start with a job, true? And the key we've been taught to making wealth is we will go from our job and we will save up some surplus money if we become good savers, and we would invest that into what, you think? Obviously into property. Now this has been very effective in most parts of the world, particularly in Australia for Australian clients. And over time, if that's all you do, you can become wealthy over a long period of time with properties rising in value. Make sense? I've also taught my clients over the years they can also use some of this equity, and if we wish, we could use the stock market, invest in stocks, but in particular ways where I taught a lot of people over the years is how to rent shares. And by renting shares, they've been able to generate passive income, effectively a laptop lifestyle from that. So there's more than one way to do that. But what we're going to be doing here with what we're talking about here is, first of all, most people neglect their job. Most people have a skill set from their job, but instead of being an employee is 19th century stuff. We're now in the 21st century. We need to update. The idea, why do you work 9 to 5? Why do you work 48, 50 weeks a year? I mean, that is industrialization 200 years outdated. We now live in a different world. People don't want that. People want to be able to travel more, work more flexible hours, etc. So the first thing I've taught clients for many years is how to change your job into becoming a consultant, either selling the same expertise that you have now. If you're a chiropractor, if you're a masseuse, you're a nurse, a plumber, an electrician, a doctor, you can dramatically change what you do, boost your income massively without having to actually be there to do it. And most people don't know how to do that. But this is part of what you're going to learn and what I can teach people. And this is one way to help people go 0 to $1 million per year, 7-figure income. Because once you understand this concept of consulting or becoming a consultant, you basically can get paid a lot more for a lot less time. And the ultimate consultant is leverage, what I call consultant on steroids, where you don't have to be there selling your time. Like for instance, I get offered over $2,000 US an hour all the time for me to spend time one-on-one with someone. Rarely will I accept that because one, it's just not good use of my time. But two, it's just there's no leverage in it. And as you could be going into building passive income streams or really leveraging and scaling the different projects or businesses that I'm involved in. Make sense? So this is just one way we're going to do it. The other way is obviously e-commerce. Okay. Now obviously we're going to use e-commerce to grow a consulting business. That's what you want to do. Now, if you don't have a particular skill set you're confident with, you can soon learn another skill set. We'll cover all that as you go. You qualify to go through this coaching system. E-commerce. Now, e-commerce can cover a large amount of ways. Thanks to technology today, it is so much easier than it's ever been. You got to think of the platforms that are available to make money. One of my friends for years has been making an absolute killing, off Amazon. He had many projects on. He started Amazon as a little side hobby. He didn't see the potential in it. But then it kept on growing. But the great thing when he talks about it, he shows me some of his accounts. Like, tracking like with a single product might be selling $50,000, $60,000 US a month on a single product, which making 40, 50% margins. And he says he might spend no more than literally 10 minutes a month maintaining that. So once something's set up and working, Amazon is making a lot of people a lot of money. It's a big trend right now. But I wouldn't just want my clients just knowing Amazon. You really want to be multifaceted. I've always been very big on multiple income streams, because What happens if Amazon likes what you're doing and they wish to basically take your product and sell it themselves at a better margin? So you need to know more than just one platform. But Amazon is just one thing you can make a lot of money. Shopify, you may have heard of. Many people making absolute killing, but some people fail at it. So there's certain distinctions, and that's what we're going to discover as you work through this. It's the tiny little distinctions, a little change here in the system and here and there that can dramatically go from struggling to make a couple of $1,000s a month to making $10,000 a month, and that fine tuning to scale something to get it to $100,000 a month. Does that make sense? So there's also other platforms you can use. There's drop shipping. There's another concept called white labeling, which I love, okay? And most products are white label, where you can basically launch a whole range of products where you don't have to come up with the manufacturing. They're already being manufactured. You can have them labeled in your own brand, etc. But if you know how to go about marketing, you can become quite successful. As I said, one of my mates just with this has built a $100 million business just using e-commerce and social media. What we do though is this system that I want to share with you, and we've partnered here, with E-commerce Institute. E-commerce Institute is a group of educators in e-commerce that decided to put their resources of education and knowledge together to assist people in having more success with e-commerce. But we've created a whole system, so even if you don't have a product, if you're accepted, so you'll have to go through a simple qualification process, answer some questions, and if the team believes that you are suitable to work with, and if you're accepted into E-commerce Institute to work with them, then they will go about initially helping you get to that $10,000 or more a month from the laptop lifestyle, which means you can basically work from anywhere in the world. And most people, if that's all they achieve, they'd be like, happiest people on the planet. But then a long term, looking at how to scale that. And you'll be working and learning from people that have achieved success in many of these different areas, okay? But what I'm looking for to help you, if you're selected to be part of this awesome team and come on this journey with us, is we want to help you increase your cash flow and income stream significantly, so then you have plenty of cash, so you have long-term wealth where you're able to invest it smartly, whether that's into real estate, whether it's into renting shares or whatever it is. But if you work with us, you'll get as added bonuses where you'll be educated and get access to all this other knowledge. So we're not just helping you make money in the short term, but you can then reinvest that however you choose, but with proper education into the long term. I'll give you one quick strategy over here that we share with our clients. I can teach people day in, day out, middle class Australians as an example, where the middle class in different countries do the same thing, how to basically, using technology, retire off a single property as an example, where most people that would have taken half a dozen or a dozen properties, but now with technology doing things differently. It's all about being smarter. So it doesn't matter whether you're just an absolute novice or you're already into your journey of e-commerce, etc. I have people that have been approaching, that are already achieving, six-figure incomes that still want to come and attend and learn from this because they know it's just one little distinction that can take their business to the next level. So it's been great chatting with you. The next step is, if you find that this resonates with you, the concept of making at least $10,000 a month from your laptop, living anywhere in the world would free you up to get on with your life and live the life that you want, the time that you have left on this planet, then you simply need to qualify. There's only X amount of people that we can work with in the team, and we need to know that you're dedicated and committed. You'll answer some simple questions, but a few conditions. If you are accepted, really you have to be 100% committed to success. It's a requirement to succeed. You have to put your effort in. 2, you must be very much into action. I don't waste my time with people. I'm all about getting into action. I'm not going to wait till you're taught everything to get you started. I'm going to get you started, because in this concept of these things, you can be making money, earning while you're learning. Does that make sense? And that's the way it should be. You should be earning while you're learning, because you're never going to know everything. I'm not an expert in everything through here. You don't have to be. You only have to know a few key things in some of the areas, and you can learn off other people to fill those gaps. So you don't need to know everything. That's the good news, okay? You must be committed to action. The third thing I want to ask, any profits you make out of using this system and working with the team at E-commerce Institute, etc., any profits you make, all I'm going to ask is that you consider giving 10% of that to charity. Now, you nominate your own charity, but I believe I share that with you for two reasons. One, psychology of wealth. If you're focused on giving, I believe the universe will allow you to do better. Does it make sense? And two, ultimately, this is not just about becoming materialistically rich. If you want to have a great life, you need to be fulfilled. And being fulfillment comes from contribution, by making a difference. If you can tap into a higher purpose of wanting to help more people, you'll do much better than life if you're just out there to hoard money and hide it, and you count how many dollars you got in the bank account. There's no future in that. The future is in contribution and assisting and making a difference in the world. And I know many of you would love to help more people, and the cash flow that you can generate can help you do that. And the fourth and final condition is that if you work with us, that we ask you to give, if you love what you're doing, achieving results, share your success story with us and others, and refer at least 3 other people to what we do so we can make an impact in their life. Make sense? Anyhow, right now, the next step for you is perhaps talk to the person that sent you to this video on this landing page. There will be some information there to fill out an application or answer some simple questions. And what they will do for you, the next step is they'll give you a free strategy session. It's just a short phone call, 15 minutes. And on that phone call, they'll be asking you some questions, some of the questions that you'll be filling out just to see if you're suitable, if you're qualified, and if you're qualified. I look forward to seeing you at some of the retreats and some of the other great educators that are part of this to help you on your journey to living that top lifestyle. Take care.